Hey everybody, welcome back to another Monday with the Team Nerd Herd podcast, where our best motto is if you want to do it right, collect what you like, but you know how it goes for Fanime Talks and Chibi Tales, you guys. If you want to view it right, anime for life. And I can't tell you guys how excited we are to have these two. We got Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Uzumaki. We got Nicole in the house, you guys. I just can't tell you how pumped up, how floored I am that you guys are, that you guys agreed to be on with us. So we are stoked. Thank you guys. Thank you guys.
We worked out where we would all go Super Saiyan at the same time, right, guys? Ready? 1, 2.
Oh my gosh. But yes, you guys, I really want to get into this, but Steve, how you doing? How's your Monday going? What's going on, man?
Monday's going great. We got through the thick of it. Now, we got the Chibi Tales. After that, we got my man No Good Comics hitting that 1K show. And if you guys missed the rewind, go ahead and hit my boy Comics Kings up, man, because he just had a show as well. There's just a lot of good movement in the community, and I'm super excited. And I'm super excited to have Nicole and my man, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Uzumaki. Say that 3 times, guys.
It just rolls off the tongue. And, Tyler, Nicole, how are you guys doing?
Excellent.
We're doing good.
Thank you so much.
Excited to be here.
Yeah, the honor is all ours.
Oh my gosh.
No, we are.
Yeah, we're on it. It's such a pleasure to have you guys on. Well, Steve, let's see what's going on in the nerd chat right now. I see a lot of people in there, as they should. Everybody's excited for you guys.
Oh, okay. Let me just go ahead and pop off right now. First and foremost, let's go ahead and give shout outs to the 4 horsemen, man. You got the Ric Flair of that luchador. My man, Brother Rudy, brother number 1, brother number 2, something wrong. Something right's always going to happen when he's around. Brother number 3, the anime, etc. Senpai. And then you got Glenn 2K12. You got my horror mono, man. He might be creeping, crawling out of the shadows with a knife. Not really, because Inja Binja got your number.
Yeah, she be the beheader.
Oh, yeah. And then you got to give shout outs to the music, man. That luscious sound. You got DJ Abomination. And they got Plainclothes D. My man Darian up north just banging them out. Swan diving into the herd chat. Let's go ahead and get it. All right. Oh, look at this. Something Wong already here.
Woo.
Something Wong already here. You got Brother Rudy. You got Ric Flair. Yes, sir.
Hey, everyone.
Yes, the anime. That's right.
Wong. Hey, Rudy. Hey, Glenn. Hey, everyone.
Yeah, you got a bleeding star coming from distant galaxies and beyond right here.
That's right. It's a bleeding star.
Yo, you got my man Evos Comics. What's going on,
baby? What's going down?
Good to see you, my brother. Good to see you. You got Comics and Pops. We got my man
Zo in the house.
Cyclops is in the building. Gene. All right, you got my man Rage and Cajun Comics. That was horrible, Gene. Brother JD. If you guys missed the rewind of Brother JD's show yesterday, I highly recommend that you put that in your catalog. You go ahead and check these two collection out, man. They are connoisseurs. You got my man Glenn 2K12 right here, brother. What's going on? Good to see you, my man. On the other side of the pond, on the other side. Oh, Zen Multiverse coming from universes and beyond. Celestial even. What's going on? If you missed Zen's video on a little bit of powers and action, go ahead and check his channel out too, man. I just recently checked him out. I love it, man. I love the topics. Splitting it up and then giving you the superheroes, their powers, and man, and who would win. I love that. You got Sheena, HKY2420. What's going on?
What's up, Sheena? Love you.
Sorry. Yeah.
Steven giving the googly eyes.
There she is right there.
Inja.
Love you, girl.
When I hear Inja Binja, man, I think of a samurai, around like the Afro samurai area, with a katana, man, and she just be like hitting you with the breakdance, and off comes your head.
That's right.
Upper Deck, big monster, like over at the Boston Red Sox. I totally messed that joke up.
All good, baby. All good.
All right, so comics are great.
I was just about to say, I think I see Anthony in the house. What's up?
Our other brethren and Team Nerd Herd Padre brethren. What's going on, brother? Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. And I think we are all caught. Oh, no. We got Comics Talk Weekly. Phil, what's going on?
Phil, what's going down, man?
Good to see you, my brother. Good to see you. All right. And with that being said, Eric, I think we are ready to rock it like it's
Oh.
hot. Are you guys ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Absolutely.
Oh,
They look ready. They look ready, you guys. And so, as the Team Nerd Herd, we're gonna go the gentleman's route and Nicole. So we're gonna start with ladies first with the first question, you guys, and then we'll bring it to Tyler. So how did you first get into anime?
Well, I was first introduced to anime as a child by one of my parents' friends, because he used to come over sometimes, and like as a family we would watch Sailor Moon and this one anime called Real About High School.
Okay.
And and he would always like bring over like big cases of Coca-Cola, and like it would be the only time I'd be allowed to drink a Coke.
Oh yeah,
Give it
gotta
to
love
her.
that Coke and a smile, baby.
So after that,
Or Chucks, what's up, brother?
I was kind of introduced to Studio Ghibli, and then I really kind of fell in love with it.
Sure.
And yeah, that's kind of when I was hooked. So after the Studio Ghibli movies.
Okay. And so with so you said when you were younger, if you don't mind me asking about how young were you, like elementary school age? Was this like junior high?
Probably elementary school age.
Okay. And then was there something about what did you notice that was different? Like obviously you were gonna notice some differences with like some of the cartoons that we have here in the in the US, like Looney Tunes is not looking like what Sailor Moon was looking like. So what about it was did it catch your eye? How did it catch your eye?
Honestly, it was completely different because I lived on an Air Force base, and at the time, we didn't really pay for cable. So the only time I was ever able to even watch TV shows or cartoons or anything, it was sort of random. And it was only ever once a week. So when I saw that, it was just it was Sailor Moon mostly. Obviously being a little girl.
Yeah.
That caught my eye more than Looney Tunes.
Oh yeah. So speaking of Sailor Moon, who's your favorite Sailor Scout? I mean, we got a question.
Oh, that's a good question, Alonzo. I love it.
I like Sailor Mars.
Oh,
that's right. I think Deanime would agree with you with Sailor Mars. She's on
He's
fire. Sailor Mercury. Oh, he was guessing Sailor Mercury.
She's all right.
yeah, she's
all right. And Tyler, how about you, brother? How did you first get into anime?
So getting into anime, I kind of couldn't. I'm sorry, I'm a little. I'm over.
No, please, no, don't worry. You're good.
As a kid, similar to what she said, TV was out. We didn't watch TV. My mom was big on literature, and from as early as I can remember, we were reading. But comics and anything similar to animation was always viewed as childish. So if you wanted to read a comic or anything, it took up your playtime. You had to choose that over action figures. So I didn't really ever see too much animation.
Okay.
At a young age, but about the time I was 7 or 8, I'll never forget it. My brother went out and saw a friend and came home and was basically like, "Yo, there's this thing called Dragon Ball that we missing out on."
Ooh, my brother.
Oh man,
I feel the pharmacology.
I was like, "All right." About the same time, the figures were being released in the U.S. Jack Specific and Irwin.
Yeah.
And prior to knowing what they were, they didn't. Let me just explain. If we went to Walmart, unlike our kids, I spoiled my kids.
That's a Nicholas.
But we didn't go to the toy section, so I never knew what was in the toy section.
Okay.
And if I did, like I said, I didn't know what these yellow-haired and black-haired creatures were. They're just figures.
Yeah.
These apes.
But I'll never forget my mom. She raised me and my brother most of my life and worked really, really hard. That being said, we had to stay after school, and that's when, about the same time my brother told me about this thing we were missing out on.
Yeah,
I started seeing these figures pop up, and we never got new stuff until Christmas or whatever. So Dragon Ball for me, like, I guess. Okay, well, I can remember my brother and we would sneak in really early in the mornings to watch any of it, and we would definitely be in trouble if we got caught watching it. So I did not know anything about Dragon Ball until I was about 16. So growing up, me and my brother would trade Pokemon cards and other similar things for these other kids' Dragon Ball toys, and we would create our own stories. Goku and Vegeta were brothers. Trunks and Goten and stuff were just other Saiyans in a universe. Like, it didn't matter. And the only bad guy I ever had was like a Burger King Frieza toy. He didn't move. So
I know.
The imagination was running wild.
Right?
Believe it or not, though, by the time elementary school was over, my brother and I had collected a huge Dragon Ball collection, and none of it came from my parents. It was all trading from other kids.
Hey, that's great. That is great.
About the time we were 9, catching stuff like. See, for me, I only remember anime like being Robotech and Gundam and Dragon Ball and Speed Racer and Akira and Fist of the North Star.
Oh yeah, dude.
And like Saint Seiya, and even then, like, similar to Dragon Ball, anything we were sneaking and catching, we were only getting 10-20 minute segments of it, and
all in bits.
The rest was up to imagination. So
and I have to say, like, growing up, like, as a kid, like, in the 90s, and also like just only having like a certain amount of access, because like I feel like I could relate to you in a certain way, you know what I mean? And so having that first, like, watching it at first, but then only catching it in snippets and using your imagination to create the rest of a story. I mean, I feel like that gives you more of a connection to those of us that, have even started, like, watched it entirely from beginning as a younger kid, you know what I mean? So I bet you your stories are probably better than some of the episodes that were in Dragon Ball. So I think so. That's great. And leading up to the story of how you got into it, man. I mean, that you created quite the buildup, my friend. So I was really excited. I mean, hearing that, like, just having, the background with your mom and, like, having that, your brother, just kind of sharing that with you guys. I mean, it just really was something great to hear. You know what I mean? As soon as you said Dragon Ball, I was just like, oh man, this is great. This is great.
Appreciate it a lot, man.
Yeah, no problem. And so, like, leading up to the next question, and I guess for Tyler, I'm curious to see if the answer would stay the same, but would you say that that Dragon Ball Z was the first anime that really got you, like, hooked into it?
I don't know. Is that coming from us?
No, this is from Phil. You're good.
Okay.
This is a quick question, but we'll get to that.
Oh, no. We were hearing the and I didn't want to be causing an echo for you guys or anybody.
Oh no, you're good. You're good.
No.
You got you got the herd chat like this.
Yeah,
it's not looking like
jumping.
me though. I mean, that's scary. Sorry, guys.
Sorry.
Yeah, well, what definitely Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z is what definitely hooked me into anime. I can say that I didn't ever acknowledge.
That's right, Lord Chucks.
Any type of interest in anime until I was much older. I grew up during a time where, like, I mean, it was deliberately like you were gonna get your ass beat if you would mention you liked it. It wasn't during a time when it was acceptable. I remember the kids specifically that were like vocal about it. It'd be like the dress up. You come to school dressed up. That one kid come to school in a kanji outfit, and you'd be like, glad I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't even
Times have changed, man. Different times. It was a different time back then.
Exactly. I can specifically remember being at a field day and this girl was. I was being told that my interests in Lord of the Rings and Star Wars and Dragon Ball they were not accepted, and I was like, "Yo, Garrison,
J-Rails,
stick up for me."
What's going on, bro? Thank you for coming.
He wouldn't stick up for me. He's like, "No, it's pretty lame, bro." So Dragon Ball, like I said, growing up, when I got older, I definitely binged it with some homies, roommates and whatnot I was living with throughout my teenage years. And it was cool to go back through. But outside of Dragon Ball, I honestly had never watched a single other anime until Nicole and my children were into it. So I have to say, similarly though, I watched Dragon Ball with my family right before my mother passed away, and I didn't want to watch anything. I didn't want to do anything. So
condolences, brother.
Yeah, brother. I'm sorry to hear
the two animes that did get me back into anime are Kengan Ashura and Baki. Most definitely those two, because Dragon Ball Super episode 131 aired you can go.
And what about you, Nicole? So like what out of the animes that you had mentioned too, like what animes would you say was the anime that like really hooked you in, and then you just never looked back?
So the anime that really hooked me in and I never looked back wasn't any of the ones that I mentioned before, but I guess it was when Tyler introduced me to Dragon Ball. And he introduced me to Dragon Ball, and at first I didn't really like it because I never really paid attention to it. I kind of thought it was just all about.
Can I say a funny story about that?
Absolutely.
So
I love it.
Absolutely.
So again, when Dragon Ball Super Gods of Destruction came out, the movie, I had the only other homie I had growing up that was, secretly vocal with me about liking Dragon Ball. He had moved up to Maryland by that point, and he was working up there, living up there. And I had some saved money. I convinced Nikki, and at the time we didn't have Esther. We took my son. No, we didn't. It's the only time we've actually been away from our kids. We actually we got someone to watch them for 2 days. I went up to Maryland and caught that movie in Maryland.
Nice.
I was so excited, not even because I didn't even know what was going on. I didn't know Dragon Ball Super was a thing. I thought it was just another movie like Cooler and Bardock and whatever.
Right. Yep.
She was asleep within 5 minutes in this theater.
Sounds like somebody I know.
Slept the entire movie. I was like, please show us some interest, like anything.
Yeah.
She's like, I couldn't. She was asleep before the space scene even wrapped up. And again, because at the time, my interests only aligned with her and my children, I remember giving away all the promotional items to my homies. Like, I guess I'll never get to watch Dragon Ball with this woman.
Well, yeah, he made me sit through the whole thing, the whole Dragon Ball series, and kind of grew, Goku grew a little bit on me.
Yeah.
And I kind of got attached to it. And then after that, it was like a way for us to bond together. And my son really loved it. And then after my daughter was born, like, it was the only thing that made her stop crying when she would cry. Like, we just turn on this soundtrack and like she'd be quiet. Like, she cried a lot as a baby for some reason. I don't know. My son never did that.
Like colicky, like a colicky kind of cry, or
I don't
something?
know.
No, it was. I can tell you if you'd like to meet her, I'll go wake her up. It's I think I'm a queen. And I think the world should bow down to me.
Okay. So
she was born with it.
Entitled.
So she's a ruler. She's a ruler.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt, she would rather take a spanking than use her words.
I mean that I think I think though, especially with girls, at least for me personally, I feel like when they have that fiery attitude, like it's as a parent, it's like, oh gosh, but at once they get older into the adulthood, it's like that is a necessity for them to have, you know what I mean? They very assertive, so I feel like that's just that's just my opinion on it. I feel like your little gal's gonna be, like one of them tough one. No one's gonna no mess, no nonsense kind of gals. So that's good. That's good.
Yeah. You might see her like in your peripheral, and then like all of a sudden you hear, and it just, and then she just kicks you into a wall. I mean, that's how my imagination thinks. So when I see my little nephew, I look at it, I look at my brother, I'm like, you know what I'm gonna do, right? And he's like, I'm like, I just want to kick him all the way up in the sky and just be like waiting for him, hit him down on the ground, and see if he's the same.
Hearing those Dragon Ball sound effects too while they're up in the air. So now, like seeing how you guys kind of both bonded with Dragon Ball, and definitely a battle style anime. For both of you guys, is the genre of what you guys enjoy most seeing? Is it different? Like, do you guys both enjoy seeing mainly battle styles, or is it that slice of life? What would you guys say?
So I like to watch a variety of things, but honestly, it just depends on what I'm in the mood to watch. Like, sometimes I'll watch stupid stuff, like this show called Girlfriend, and it's just like dumb humor. Like, I don't know how to explain it. You have to go check it out for yourself. But then other times, like I like stuff with more action in it, like whatever he wants to watch, because he only likes to watch fighting anime.
Yeah, you're in good company, my brother. You're in good company.
Yes. Well, I do remember in the chat somewhere, it might have been a couple of weeks ago, Nicole, that you had mentioned Black Clover, right? Is that something for you that you would say is kind of like one of your personal favorites, or is it something again that you and Tyler just both bonded with?
Tyler didn't get to watch it because Nicole.
He didn't want to watch it.
No, I didn't. Let me ask you, because you both seem to have wives you love dearly. If your wife during an argument decides to start something that you both were going to watch together, and she's on episode, I'm not watching it. You good? Enjoy it. I was not interested in getting into it afterwards, and I'll be real. Is his name Asta?
Asta.
I like that Asta, bro. He's so.
Oh my god! It's like you read my mind.
I know everybody in the chat is probably saying that in their head too right now.
Now for me though, I'm not gonna lie. My top genre of what I choose to watch is shonen, because and not even all of it. I honestly think that I hear a lot of people and their opinions on Dragon Ball, and I can see that. And I don't really consider Dragon Ball like a fight style anime, because from start to finish, it's definitely got a lot of filler in the original ones. And like got a lot of character development and bonding that where like you might be able to catch this episode and not care and enjoy it. Yeah. But the type of person I am, if you showed me only the Ginyu Force episode at my age right now and I had never seen it, bro, I'm never watching that. I'm not watching it. Like enjoy your episode. It's humorous, but I probably wouldn't invest my time into it. I just again, I went through a long time when I mean, you couldn't talk to me about anything that's if you want to talk fiction or movies or comics or anything, I didn't have time for it. I only wanted to talk about real things, and most people can't do that. It took me many years to break that mentality. So like, watching things just because I can't do. I have to be. I'm sorry. I have to be able to relate to it in some manner.
Sure.
So usually with a lot of the fighting animes, it is about breaking through a barrier and growth and progression and And also back to the realism, I can't just watch any fight anime. It has to truly take hold to like real martial arts, and like there's some very good ones out there, and the way that some of them are done. Speaking of which, do either one of you know where to watch Wushan Wuzing Fog Hill of the Five Elements?
Is that a Chinese?
Yes.
Oh, dude, that's
okay.
like
I've seen some clips of. I haven't had, but there I can relate to you. You know, I feel like Steve and I can definitely relate to you in the sense that it has to have, you know, some definite meaning to it, and the more martial arts, like the closest that they can get to that sort of animation. I mean, like, how does it not pull at your heartstrings? How does it not, you know, make your spirit glow? Right? I mean,
absolutely.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I think period, like even the strongest man in today's world is the weakest man in history, and as a human race, we've lost willpower and drive and ambition. Like, I don't view those things as like I can't watch it if it doesn't seem real to me. Like, I've done like extensive research on the cultures and the history of fighting and the different like. If I didn't have children, I'd be rubbing salt in my face, like until my skin was so thick you couldn't cut me with a sword. Like, these things were real beliefs, like at one time. And we don't
have the warrior, baby.
yeah. See, talk about fist, like strengthen my hand so hard, like fist of the North Star. I can poke holes in every part of your body and you blow up.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I it's not that I can't relate to them. I just, with everything life's taught me, like I can't just invest my time into something. I was trying to tell her, like, I can't watch animes about romance and stuff, but it's not because I don't like it. It's not because I don't relate to it. It's because, like, my life is the perfect romance. Like, I don't.
There you have it right there.
Yeah.
You're living the real life anime, basically.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah.
Live action.
Yeah. And, you know, I think, you know, coming from somebody that is married, having a spouse like Nicole and being able to bond with, you know, your significant other over something that, you know, like not only you enjoy, but then eventually, you know, like you kind of rekindle, you know, on both sides, you know, since she had a history of with anime in her past and you had one for yourself. And then now you guys have children that you guys are both investing, you know, that, interest in, but also teaching them many more things, you know, that obviously you guys learned from your own life, but then also things that you've seen implemented in some sort of anime, you know, to some sort of facet. And, you know, I think that's a very beautiful thing, you know, and I feel like, you know, just seeing and seeing you guys and then talking and hearing about your guys' experience. I mean, like, I feel like I can't stop smiling. You guys are terrific. Like, this is like such a cool experience to actually be able to talk to you guys about this. This is great.
Thank you.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity. I'm sorry. She told me, I wrote a bunch of stuff down. I'm talking in circles and I'm not.
This is your guys' show. You guys are doing great.
And, you know, I feel like this is just exactly how it should be done. I mean, I feel like having some sort of like the realness in life and relating it to, I mean, it's just, I know Anthony had done the same when he was talking about with his struggles with the certain anime character that he kind of viewed a little bit of himself, which actually brings me to my next question. You know, with the animes that you guys have seen and ones that you have become attached to, is there a particular anime character, and I guess Nicole, if you want to answer this one first, is there a particular anime character that you feel that you have a certain connection with,
yes,
or like you're fond of?
I do. Hold on, my like answers are a little out of order now, so
no, you're sorry. Good, girl, you're good.
It's okay. So I don't want to seem like the only anime I ever talk about is Naruto.
No, that's such a huge one.
major
Yeah,
pinnacle.
like I really, really love Naruto, and I have a really big connection to him because I really relate to him. Dragon Ball for the other obvious reasons that were already stated.
Sure.
But Naruto kind of came about in a special, like a kind of difficult time in my life. Not really a special time in my life, but like a difficult time in my life.
Yeah.
And I relate to him because he inspired me a little bit to be kind of stronger. I know that sounds kind of cheesy.
Not at all. Not at all.
But you know, he's like when he inspired me to be stronger and kind of keep going. You know, no matter what life throws at you. And there's a million situations that he's been through and that I know would cause a lot of people to like give up or just be kind of miserable or, you know, hateful towards other people. But Naruto faces all these odds and many more and always finds something to be happy and positive about.
Yeah.
You know, he had no parents, he had no friends, he wasn't smart, he wasn't very talented. People hated him for no reason. Nobody believed in him or think that he could be of any use for anything. Like he had no purpose, but he still kept going and he was 100% true to himself.
Yeah.
And throughout all of that, and he showed love to others and he never felt bad for himself, you know?
Yeah.
And not only that, but he shows people that bad people are not just bad people, that they're hurting people. And, you know, when you get to know that a little bit and you don't just really judge people by maybe the first way that they act or the way that they come across or the things that they've done, like you don't know the reasons for why they've done that. So, you know, you could find a friend in an unlikely place just by giving somebody the benefit of the doubt. Yeah. And that's why I love him so much. And my son loves him a lot too. And it was a good way also for us to bond over a different TV show. Like he loves anime a lot. Sure. And not all of them are appropriate. So I don't want him watching anything inappropriate. So
sure.
Yeah, he gets mad at us because a lot of the animes he's seen were animes that we have seen prior to.
Yeah.
And he's like, and I would be telling him like, oh, remember this? And he's like, no. And I'm like, oh, wait, that's right. Because I didn't show you that. No, like I really forget. Because I'm like, you were much younger. But
yeah. Well, you know, something like if I can just add to, you know, or just comment on, you know, your bond with Naruto. I mean, I feel like having heard what your thoughts, what your experience with him are, and I feel like it really does have a lot to say about the kind of person and maybe like the attitude. I mean, again, like this is our first time really conversing with one another, you know, but you can really tell that like with the kind of personality that you have. And, you know, everybody has gone through certain hardships. And if ones that he has gone through that maybe you can relate to, you know, I mean, like it just really shows the kind of person that you just kind of evolved into. Because, I mean, again, like everybody knows you guys just from in the chat. And, you know, you guys are just such beautiful people, you know, very like easy to talk to. And I feel like with Naruto, he just has that gift of being able to make what someone would call an enemy or just somebody that is not you know, very friendly into a friend, you know what I mean? And so I feel like, you know, like speaking, you know, for both of you guys, but especially with you, Nicole, because of, you know, your fondness for him. I mean, like you really do embody a Naruto aura, you know what I mean? So
that is your ninja way, girl.
Yes. Thank you. I mean, thank you so much for sharing that. Thank you.
Oh yeah, you got me choked up over here because you nailed his character perfectly. And like you're in those years and years of like seasons that you kind of get through, you see so much growth. You see, like when you said you can look past that and make a enemy into a friend, like with Gara. I mean,
Yeah.
if you remember that ending, that thing tore you apart. And it showed you how real Naruto was and how loving he was and apathetic. So you
And
saying that just gave me goosebumps.
It was really touching for me whenever he did accomplish something super big. Like the first time he did his you know, his clone jutsu, and it was like a million Narutos at once. I was like screaming. I was like, "Oh my god,
that's right! That's right." And Tyler, what about you? Is that what character do you feel like you have a fondness for or a bond with?
So I actually thought about that for a while, and at first I thought I knew my answer. Like as soon as she showed me the questions.
Sure.
And where it's like easy for me to say Naruto because he's selfless, and I tend to be selfless and like him to the point where it'll hurt me, and like her, and it's easy to say that, you know, I understand Naruto's pain as a kid, or Rock Lee's perseverance and willpower, or like just okay, my brother can, well, he could tell you. It's easy to tell you I'm like any of these people. It's easy to say, oh, I like Vegeta, I relate to Vegeta.
Right.
But the truth is, like, as I aged, I don't, the selflessness of Naruto, walls are built as you get older. It's not even about selflessness. You can keep selflessness and still be, you just, as much as it pains me to say this, any pollution to her spirit has been done by me. She would give you the shirt off her back. I watched her give away food, and I'd watch her buy Taco Bell for all these kids. And you know, the life I lived, as much as I, you know, appreciated her, it was like, no, I'm not gonna allow that. But that mentality we have. Like you were getting at with making an enemy a friend. I tell my son all the time, you see these people, I don't care who comes, the kid who screams at you when you ask, do you want to play? And he's like, no. Yeah. You cannot judge a person. You do not know what steps they've walked. And so like, after like thinking about all these characters from all this stuff, like I'm not like Vegeta. I'm not going to rush at you and think I don't have that cockiness. Like, I'm more like Goku in terms of a fight where I'm gonna let you hit me and I'm gonna laugh. If it hurts, then we can go. But if it doesn't, I don't relate to that. I don't want to fight. I'm not about fighting. I definitely want to strengthen my body to a spiritual level. You read Hindu manuscripts and all this, but that's not why they do it. They do it for power and strength.
Sure.
I have more of a feministic mindset on that. And if you understand Tai Chi and Wing Chun, I'd rather never fight you. Sure. I don't. But I absolutely would like to know that my body is harder than steel. Like, so that I can't relate to how and why they build up their stuff. So after thinking about it, I actually chose Bond from the 7 Deadly Sins.
Yeah.
Because for a lot of reasons. The one thing I desire more than anything in life is knowledge. It is what I spend my free time trying to acquire. It has been the biggest driving force of my life. And while he does not seek out knowledge, he seeks out immortality. Yeah. The one thing I would like to have is immortality. Yeah. I envy the scriptures of any religion when you dive into them, the Taoist religions, the Christian religions, the Hindu religions. They talk of a time when we lived for hundreds of years. You know what I'd do in hundreds of years? I would spend 100 years mastering everything. One thing, 100 years mastering one thing. We in a lifetime, we don't. So I can relate to that. And he walks around, and when you get to learn Bond, you learn that he already knows all these things. He knows like how people are. He's not a bad person, but he's just tired of the fact that you don't know. You're not going to admit to me that. You're not.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go ahead and you don't want to admit that? Cool. You want to be like that? Cool. You want to be a coward? You want to question my integrity? You want to not be a humble man? You want to have pride, all this stuff. So he walks through life with this knowledge, and you learn that about Bond and his hardships and the walls and whatnot that he's built up.
Yeah.
And then when you learn that all of that, like more than anything else, like Bond, his drive is his girl.
Right.
And then, I mean, and all in one, like as much as all these other people haven't done all of those things in once. I mean, he pushes himself, he grows like as a character.
Yeah.
He had his self-sacrifice. If you watch the end of the last season, and what he was willing to do for Meliodas, but also that Meliodas, Bond didn't just submit to Meliodas because of his power. Right. Because if you look, like, it's not about that. He realizes like Meliodas is a man that is worth bending a knee to. And as kids, that's why I can't like Naruto, I won't watch. Naruto Shippuden's awesome. I can't relate to a story about a child. We already grew up. I just don't want to watch it.
Sure.
So,
yeah.
But that being said, like, as children, at least for me, you know, we dream of what we will be as men.
Yeah.
And I've really struggled with that. Like, not with what I want to be as a man. I know what I want to be as a man, but apparently my parents gave me a book to life that many other parents didn't give to other kids. Like, and not just of my generation, past generations. One of my biggest frustrations in life is meeting men that are like, I dreamed of being your age, to get to your class of this level of adulthoodship and this and that. And you're no different than a child. Not you guys, meaning it's how I'm speaking. Like,
no.
You're no different. You have
picking out what you're putting down, brother.
Yeah.
And meeting so many people that let you down in life and all this stuff. And like Meliodas bent a knee to a man who was truly pure at heart, who it's not about Meliodas. It's about other people. And like, so like Bond, when I meet that man, I'll pin my knee to him too. But like, it's just, otherwise we're all equal. You know what I mean? And that's how Bond, I think I relate to Bond the most.
Yeah. No, I think hearing the depth of both of the characters that you guys had named really does have a lot to say about who you both are as individuals, and also how you guys both bring those together to, you know, obviously to cultivate and create a growing, loving family, right? I mean, you guys,
power couple.
yes, you guys seem like you're, you know, definitely passing on everything that you guys have in here and in here onto your children. And I think that's such a beautiful thing. Being able to like just get that from you guys, just based on just talking about certain cartoon characters, you know, but the depth of how you guys are describing those characters, you know, really speak volumes about who you guys are as individuals and as a couple. And, you know, like with this, you know, because you guys are couples and we are talking about characters. Now, this is going to be a question that I have for both of you guys. And for Nicole, for Tyler, and Tyler for Nicole, is there a particular trait or, you know, like a quality from an anime character that each other possesses that you guys just admire about the other person?
Yeah, do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
I can go first, I guess. That I had to think about for a long time. It's easy to say compassionate. It's easy to say she's loving and all that. And I did. I spent back to how I was trying to explain like Bond and everything. Like, I don't think any of us like one character for any one particular trait.
Sure.
So I couldn't pinpoint one particular trait about this woman, because this woman is understanding. She's adventurous and affectionate, and she is afraid. And like she's argumentative, and she's brave. She's capable. She's careful at the same time as being caring. She's compassionate and competitive. She's cooperative and courageous. She's critical as fuck of me. She's curious and daring.
Mm-hmm.
I can depend on her more than I can depend on myself. She's determined and eager. She teaches me more about faith than anything, any theology, ideology, esoteric manuscript. She continues to teach me. As you guys have probably seen on stream, she's extremely fidgety. And she's fierce.
I mean, for God's sakes, I was over here clicking and clacking at this damn mic.
When I think I understand friendliness, I can think of no one other than Nicole, because I'm not going to be your friend if you cross me wrong. I'm not. She is more generous than anyone I've met, and more gentle. Not just emotionally, physically, everything. She keeps me hopeful. And at the same time, my wife is very ignorant. And I would trade anything in the world to keep my family ignorant. That's not a good word. More innocent. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Innocent.
Oh, that's love, baby.
I know.
She's imaginative and yet immature. I can't. If you tell me a fart joke and we're not friends, we're not gonna be friends.
We love you, Glenn.
I was just looking for him. I was like, Glenn, get out, bro.
And that's what I was getting
at.
Glenn can grow on you, man. Like
Glenn's the best.
Yes.
Straight up, bam, bam. We love Glenn.
Amazing.
But Nicole knows how to keep that childish immaturity that I lost before 10.
Mm-hmm.
Or never had. I don't know.
Yeah. She's
independent. And while I said she's dependable and dependent, she doesn't need me. That's a very deep thought to understand and realize that the person that you're with for 14 years does not need you. They choose to want you. And that is deeper than anything, because she's jealous. And she's also very lonely. But regardless of being lonely, she remains lovable and loving and loyal. She's mean, and she can be more moody than anybody you'll ever meet. But at the same time, my wife is extremely obedient, and I don't mean that in a chauvinistic manner. I've managed kitchens where grown men don't know what obedience is.
Mm.
My wife understands how to take your feelings and the variables around you at heart and truly be obedient, not to people or a situation, but she knows how to humble herself. She remains optimistic when I start to lose mine. And she's extremely picky. She's more proud than a Saiyan, and definitely more prideful than I am. I can think of no one else to call reliable other than Nicole. She's sarcastic and selfish, silly. My leg is naturally shaking. I'm not doing. I'm sorry. I'm shaking the camera.
No.
Your boy was shaking the mic a little bit. I had to move away from my chair.
You're literally having everybody like just on the. I mean, I'm on the edge of my seat just listening to what it is that you can. Please do continue.
She's extremely talented and thoughtful.
Sheena, our princess.
I have trust issues that don't compare to anything, and yet she, no matter how many times I question it, continues to teach me about trustworthiness. She's warm-hearted. Her understanding of self-sacrifice goes beyond.
That's right, JD.
To sum it up, in life, I've achieved to be a godly man. Take that how you will. Nicole to me is the epitome of godliness. So that's what I have to say about you. And that's the trait I admire about you across all things. There isn't one. I love you.
Oh, I feel glad
now you guys. I love everything you said, man. That was like heartfelt. Like that is the epitome of what anime can do for you guys. I mean, it may be an animated type of deal, but it will change your life wholeheartedly if you let it. I mean, the storylines and everything like that is much like real life. I mean, you have to kind of intermingle with things and you have to face those things. So this was beautiful, man. You guys are gonna make me cry. God damn it! I told myself
I know.
I'm an ugly crier too, guys.
I'm trying to hold it back, guys. I'm trying to keep myself together.
I was gonna say I have the lump in my throat right now. So
all right, man. Tyler, you are a man with words, my brother.
Yes, a man amongst men. A man amongst men, Tyler. Sure.
You guys are awesome.
Okay.
We love him. We love him.
Yes.
Thank you, guys. I like I said, I feel bad because I don't have anything like that.
No, you have your own. You have your own essence to you. You got
that.
I'm just not a woman of words like him. He's good with words.
But judging from but the words that he used, your expression, you know what I mean? How they say actions speak louder than words. I mean, that's just he just said it all for you. You know what I mean? So, I mean, you show him many actions, so he knows. He knows. I mean, we all know. Everybody in the herd chat right now. I mean, we're all loving this. We are all loving this. You guys are amazing.
Thank you. But
Nicole, tell Glenn not to. No, you don't want to marry Tyler.
Like, you don't want to marry Tyler.
I mean,
he's an handful.
No, I hope you understand that all those characteristics means I'm a big fucking piece of shit, dog. I'm simplifying it. I'm just saying.
He is a big baby.
You don't want to marry me. You don't. I got problems if you don't use your blinker in front of me.
Yeah, so saying that, I would say that he thinks he's like Goku, but he's more like Vegeta. He's always moody. He has his good moments too, and I live for those good moments. And he's responsible, and even though like Vegeta always seems tough.
Yeah.
I believe he's actually pretty sensitive, especially when it comes to Bulma.
That's my Bulma!
Yes, yes, indeed.
He got beat up.
And so I also watched an anime recently, and this character called Yukimaru reminded me of him. The show that I watched is called Fina the Pirate Princess. And this guy just loves this girl so unconditionally, and he never really says like too much to her, except for occasionally when they're alone, like sitting outside. And in those moments, it's really expressed to her that he does love her, and he would follow her to the ends of the earth without question. And even when I don't always know myself and I'm not like grounded, Tyler knows who I am. So
Absolutely.
I mean, oh my gosh, you guys, like this is just making my heart warm right now, you guys. I mean, just oozing with all of this emotion and really breaking things down to like what I feel like a lot of people that enjoy anime can really like, if they feel it. You guys are saying everything, that we like actually feel from, these, animes that we end up watching and really do apply to our life and then some, like especially when you're having to share, life with, your wife, your husband, and kids and everything. I mean, I think that the type of individuals that you guys are, I mean, this was perfect. Tyler, I'm so glad that you and Nicole both were able to be on this together. She had mentioned early, when I had asked about you guys, she did say, like, oh, I'll ask Tyler and see if he will. And so I was really keeping my fingers crossed, just because I could just see, even just something so simple as through the chat, just having you guys just be in there together. I mean, really does just show a particular bond that you guys just have with something, with just content that we're just trying to create, just for you guys, that you guys just push us and motivate us to help create these things. And, like you guys are as a part of it as everybody else, like within the actual group, and, just everybody in the fam. Like, I mean, everybody in the chat has just been commenting nonstop. I mean, this has just been terrific. I just floored and stoked, what I mean, on how well. And I'm just very thankful to have had you guys on today.
Well, thanks for allowing us to be here.
Yeah, I was really excited to do it.
We were super excited.
I didn't think we were going to get this emotional, though.
I mean, these are the best kind of shows. I mean, it gets to know, everybody gets to know you. I mean, we all have a common love for collecting, right? Mm-hmm. And but there's so much more to you. I think those are the certain things that are missing, like it's great that we have this community. It's great that we're able to go to other people for different Comic Cons that eventually, when that happens. But I think it's a bigger thing. I mean, this is something more, like there's a bigger picture to what we're watching. And I mean, and that picture and that essence kind of, that paint bleeds off of what you guys kind of exude in a relationship and as individuals. I mean, I think you guys are just amazing people. I mean, I was super excited. I didn't want to even get up to go to work. It was 6 o'clock in the morning and I'm alone in the dark, sitting like this, just up and waiting,
ready for the StreamYard.
That's how I felt too. I was like waiting all day for it, and the day was just dragging. I was like,
agreed, 100%.
Yeah.
I don't know. This stuff makes me nervous.
Well, I mean, I would not be able to tell, Tyler. I mean, you both of you guys seem like to really hold your guys' composure together. I mean, like I had told Nicole that I get nervous still sometimes doing this too. But, you guys, all of our guests, and just everybody here, as soon as I just see the people in the chat, they just kind of help me be at ease. And, like, again, you guys just kept yourself so composed. And the beautiful thing is that I can tell that you guys really did enjoy laying everything out, on the table. Like, you guys really do allow everybody to just kind of go into, your guys', it seems like a bit into your guys' soul, you know what I mean? Just through just talking about something, so simple as anime, but again, really going into depth on how, like it applies to both of you guys. And I think that's
why it's so hard
amazing.
For me to be. I appreciate that. Honestly, that right there is why it's hard for me to even use Instagram or anything, because if I see like all of you wonderful people post shit in a day, I told her, it's like, I don't want to give you a heart. I want to be able to take the time and like comment. And
he wants to write you a paragraph.
Sure. Yeah.
Me too.
And then if I can't,
words are the best way.
And then all y'all post so much, and it's like it would literally be a job in itself, and it becomes overwhelming. And
Sure.
the fact that y'all do this and bring the community together, and it's mad respect to you guys, because with kids and life and work and everything, I mean, it truly is overwhelming. Every single one of you on the panel and the chats, everybody we've met, you're all amazing, wonderful people, and we appreciate you all, for real.
Well, the feeling is mutual, you guys. You know, we love you guys. We love, you know, the community. We love the people, you know, like everybody that's here now, people that are just going to be watching the rewind later. I mean, you know, everybody just shows as much support to one another as they can, and you know, like it just shows all around. And you know, we just can't thank you guys enough for being with us tonight.
No,
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
And we got to hit it with the you're worth it for sure. And yeah, this was great, guys. I mean, we don't look at it as like, well, Eric says guest, and that's exactly how we look at it. But you guys are all family. You guys have all in a span of a year, we've all come together. So you know, when we do this show, it is because it's a true passion. Yeah, one thing it leads to another, and we just love unity and getting that movement together. I mean, it's your actions speak louder than your words. So if you can get the group together and you could just love each other for who you are and learn from each other and get to learn from each other more, because everybody has something to teach, and that is the best part about this community. So
absolutely.
I agree.
Man. Look at that. You got Injabid saying, we love you.
That's right.
We love you.
Yeah, everybody we all love you guys. All right. And with that being said, Eric.
Yes. And, well, I was gonna say. Well, remember, you guys, we're gonna be shooting over to No Good Comics. You guys are celebrating.
Awesome.
Yes,
congratulations.
1K, baby.
Yes, 1K. So we're gonna be shooting over there, you guys. Again, everybody in the chat. Tyler, Nicole, thank you guys once again for tonight. And I mean, with that being said, would you guys like to take us out tonight?
Yeah, I want to.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
You want to do it right? Collect what you like.
That's not tonight.